Back to Q13 Fox News this morning. If you're like me, you look at that kitchen sponge and you think, when was the last time I switched that out? How often am I supposed to be doing that? Well, we have the ugly truth about when things expire and how often you need to replace them. Joining us to talk about things in your kitchen, in particular, Dr. Andrew Simon with Bastyr Center. Good morning.
Morning.
It's really good to have you because this is something that I think a lot of us just don't know about. We think we change the sponge out often enough, but maybe not so much. Why is the kitchen such a hotbed?
Well, I mean, you have the moisture, you have the heat, you know, you have got maybe dirty dishes, depending on how lazy you are, and so, you know, a lot of this stuff just can sit around for a while.
And it can be bad for your health.
Yeah, over time, especially, they can attract bugs, rodents, ants, all types of stuff.
So what about the sponge?
So the sponge is one of the easiest ones because you can very visibly see that it's maybe moldy, dirty. Really, you should change this out as often as possible, rinse it out completely, and try to dry it as best as possible.
So how often is as much as possible as far as changing it out?
You know, probably, you know, depending on how often you're using it, about a month or two, you know, it can be on the extreme side, but so just be really, really mindful of it because, you know, you're touching food and other things, and so.
Can you run it through the dishwasher? I've heard of people doing that.
You know, you can sometimes. Sometimes you can even just get a little bit of moisture and put it in the microwave for 10 seconds, and then that will help sanitize it as well, kill off the bacteria.
Oh, and what about the filters there?
So, you know, the water filter, a lot of these have little lights on them to help you kind of remember to change them, but mine went out, actually, so I just have it on my calendar, and again, about 2 to 3 months on those as well, depending on use.
And fruit flies is something that our anchor, Bill Wixie, talks about a lot.
Yeah,
How
sure.
do I get rid of these fruit flies?
Well, you know, if you leave out a lot of fruit and you don't eat it over time, you know, it attracts bugs. So what I like to do is actually take a little bit of a little shot of wine, put it in a little bowl, and then poke little holes here in this plastic film, and the bugs crawl in there, the fruit flies crawl, and they can't get out. So it works
it's
really
a
well.
foolproof way.
Yeah, you can use vinegar as well for that.
Speaking of vinegar, vinegar it seems like we can use on pretty much anything. You have vinegar and baking soda. Talk a little bit more about how we can be cleaning our kitchen.
Yeah, so you know, a lot of these are used for just I actually use the American Lung Association. They have a great green cleaning recipe guide. Basically, vinegar is great for scouring different tubs, and kind of you can put it down your drain, mix with the vinegar to help with clogged drain. You know, they work really great for stains. Again, vinegar kind of has an acid to it, so it can help wipe away mirrors, especially the soap scum on your shower, you know, door.
What about antibacterial? Because for me, if I'm cooking with raw meat, for example, I'm never completely confident that I've cleaned it in a safe way. Will this address that, or do I need to add something else?
I mean, if you're worried about raw meat on like a cutting board or something like that, I would definitely use some soap and water just to help get that
counters?
Away. Yeah, counters works great. You know, even adding a little bit of essential oils to it just for the smell, and again, some essential oils have some antibacterial properties.
So we're just to kind of wrap this up. As far as what the dangers long term can be, mold, mildew. What else? What are some of the other?
So the mold and mildew basically lead towards you know, you can get upper respiratory tract infections, allergies, asthma. Especially in the Northwest, it's very moist in the Northwest, so it's very easy to get mold.
Dr. Simon, thank you so much. Great tips. And coming up in our next hour, we're going to show you what you need to be on the lookout for in the bathroom and what you need to be changing out maybe more often than at least I know I am. Liz, over to you.